Come on, motherfucker. Oh, hold on.
Ding, ding, dude. Ding, ding.
Let's freaking go, baby.
We're back again, you guys. And guess what? My headphones work, so you may or may not hear Adam curse me out today. Who knows? Dude. Like, there's so much to cover again. I feel like I always freaking say that, but we're coming off of a WWE pay-per-view. There's lots of stuff. There's fun stuff, and there's obviously stuff that we hated too. So to quote Adam, let's freaking go. But before we go, merch. Go to the link tree, you guys.
Yeah, go to the link tree, hit it up, find you some Turnbuckle Times merch. A lot of stuff on there: shirts, hoodies, cups, stickers, iPhone, Samsung cases. I mean, hell, whatever you want, you can get.
I'm going to tell you guys something, too, real quick. Sorry, Adam. I'm not stepping on you today.
No, you're good. Go.
So I can hear you. We're working on trying to figure out hats. It's a question that a lot of people have. It's a question we have. We're trying to figure out. We may have to pull on some local people that we work with, but we're trying to figure out hats.
I want to say something about merch real quick because me and Steven were talking about this today. And everybody that watches, again, that's watching us live, we appreciate you. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, we appreciate that as well. Please go follow the show at Turnbuckle Times. But we wanted to say something about our giveaway.
Yeah.
And we thought about giving away some of our merch, which we might do. But once we reach that, what did we say, 100 subscribers on YouTube?
No, I think we said 50.
Okay, 50. Was it 50? Okay, so we need 30 more, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
So please, if you're listening and watching, go ahead and smash the subscribe button.
Y'all know what I say with it. Y'all know what you need to do. You hit it as hard as Umberto hits Sheamus in the face. So go break the subscribe button's nose.
But what we're going to do is we are going to give away a free T-shirt of that person, whoever wins in a drawing that we do, a free merch T-shirt of that person's choosing of any WWE, AEW, whatever you want wrestler. And we might tell us. You guys tell us what you want, we'll get it, and we might throw something of ours in there too, just to.
It's a little sweetener. A little sweetener.
Yeah, a little sweetener. Sweeten the pot.
Slight disclaimer, though. Please don't ask for like a Rick Swan shirt or, something that's going to be really hard for us to find.
Yeah.
You want a freshly squeezed shirt? I got you. You want a KO shirt? I got you. You want a Nia Jax shirt? Get the hell out.
Steven will not purchase a
that'll come from Adam,
shirt.
not me.
Yeah, that will definitely come from me. All right. You ready?
Let's jump in, dude. So we kind of talked, we're going to work our way backwards, but we don't want to end. So stay tuned. We're going to end with Hell in the Cell. It was something we want to cover last. We didn't want to end on Raw. So let's jump right in, dude. Let's go. We're going. Oh, SmackDown.
Go ahead.
I mean, it took a step back for me. It took a step back. I think the most interesting part of SmackDown that everybody who watches it is trying to figure out, or was trying to figure out, is why the hell did they give away a Hell in the Cell on free TV? You moved Reigns and Mysterio to Fox. You took it off of the pay-per-view, and no one really knows why. First time ever. They have never done that. And you gave it away for free, and it was a good match, but no one can really figure out why they did it. So I'm gonna put this ask out there. If you're on here live, Justin, I know you're here, man. I see you. if y'all have heard anything outside of the fact that they just wanted to give it to Fox, drop it in the comments because I'm super curious what the rumors are that you guys are hearing too.
Yeah. I feel the same way as you do about SmackDown. But here's the thing. I thought the main event was good, Roman and Rey. I thought it was good. It was a good match. We all knew that Rey Mysterio wasn't going to win, but it was a good match. It was long. Here's my problem. Here's my problem with SmackDown. Shinsuke fought Corbin again, right? That shit's been going on for a while now. Who cares about the freaking King of the Ring crown from 2 years ago?
Dude, and I kind of liked the whole fight for the crown, but I'm past it. I'm
just over it now.
Yeah, I'm past
it. And Cesaro and Rollins are still fighting, which I don't know what's going on there. I get it. Like, they're in a feud, but it seems like, it all kind of led up to Hell in a Cell, everything.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because I did read some reports that said that they were happy about Hell in the Cell because they did further a couple of the feuds. Obviously, Cesaro and Reigns is not done. We know Lashley and McIntyre are done. We'll get to that later. But they're kind of pushing some of these feuds a little bit further. But at the same time, like, I don't want to. It's the same old stuff, man. We talk about all the time on here. Aren't you tired of seeing the same matches and on and on? And I do want to point out the reason, if you're watching live and you see the scroller and it's only talking about Roman Reigns and Mysterio, is we kind of talked today when we were coming up with our rundown. And I re-looked because, you got to remind yourself what happened on SmackDown. And we re-looked and we were like, damn, dude, the vast majority was setting up Hell in the Cell. So there's not a point for us to go back and talk about Bianca Belair talking to Bayley when we're going to talk about Hell in the Cell. So it was a monumental thing that they gave it away for free. But
here's the thing: they gave it away, and then there was nothing at Hell in a Cell with Reigns. Well, I don't even know if he was there. You know what I mean? Like,
I heard he wasn't. I don't think he was. The plan was not to have him on TV at all. Oh, well, I'm going to see. Now I feel bad, Justin. Justin said that apparently it was supposedly because Roman wanted to spend Father's Day with his kids and Roman wanted Rey to spend it with his kids as well. So, damn it, he's such a good guy. Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
Man.
Yeah, I hate to.
It's a good reason. Damn it.
Yeah, I wanted to harp on him a little bit. But don't get me wrong. Like, I love the Roman Reigns character right now. I mean, I think it's great. I think what he's doing with it. I swear to God, if they try to do something where he turns face, I'm going to just lose my ever-loving mind.
Brace yourself. You need to brace yourself because it's going to happen. I don't know when.
Why?
I don't know how. Because Vince wants it. He wants him to be a baby face. He wants him to be cheered, and he wants to be able to sell merchandise out the butt like he did with Cena. And you can't, as a parent, it's not a heel that pushes the needle for me. Who are all like Hogan, eat your vitamins and exercise. Cena, hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. And Reigns. He's got to he's going to do it. I don't know when. The funniest thing we touched on last week was, does Cena come back as a heel at SummerSlam? Yeah. And is that what happens? Like, that would be, it would be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't see Cena wanting to do it.
I don't know if Cena's coming back or not, but there's a lot of talks about it. Can we talk about what the hell do they do to to Otis?
Dude, he looks like a giant pear. It's frightening, man. Like, he's got no facial hair. But you know what? They've made him really intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, with the way he's presented right now.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a rounder, fatter version of Braun Strowman back in the day, a little bit.
Yeah, without the
It's
beard,
weird.
it's weird seeing him. I do think you're right. It does make him seem a little more intimidating. But how intimidating can you be when you're with Chad frickin' Gable?
Well, here's a question for you, man. Vince, it's well known. Vince hates stables. Like he hates stables. He talks about it all the time. Like you can go on Peacock and listen. And he had a huge pushback when it came to Evolution back in the day because he hates stables. So why do you keep freaking making them? Alpha Academy.
He also hates the women's tag team division.
Oh, that's a thing? Is that still there? That's still there?
Yeah, unfortunately it is. Yes.
I thought, dude, I was watching something and they were showing that, and they showed. I mean, you saw some highlights. I was watching some highlights and stuff like that from back in the day with that. When I say back in the day, like a year ago, when it was like freaking Sasha and Bailey, and you just had the Riot Squad. You had some actual teams, and now it's. I got nothing.
It's right. I wanted to say something about the Street Profits, and I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know if they're like taking a break or.
They could be.
I don't know. I don't know why they're not pushed a little more. I mean, they've won. I don't know how many titles they've won. I don't know if they won it a couple of times or what. But I'm hoping that they're not, because I think. I mean, I know the Usos have some stuff going on with Roman for a storyline, but I would love to see them two just go at it. I don't think Ray and Dominic are going to hold those titles much longer. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to win. I don't know who that is, but. I would love to see that feud.
Did you see the report about Ray?
The
new one. So there's a lot of talk apparently of a flip in the tag there, and a lot of people want to see Ray fight Dominic like eventually. And Ray's come out and said, "Dude, it's not happening. Like he's not going to fight Dominic. He'll push back and push back. He won't fight Dominic."
I wouldn't even want to watch that, to be honest.
It wouldn't be. I don't know if it'd be that good. It'd feel weird, man. I mean, for those who've watched wrestling for a long time, man, we know Dominic when he couldn't even see over like the fourth step on a ladder.
Yeah. You want to talk about your boy?
Which one?
Oh, Mr. Rotund, Mr. Chubby. Steven is pissed off. Because
my headphones work today, so I'm not pissed off. Mike sounds great, but
he's
I'm
not pissed off. You're pissed off because your boy keeps losing.
I don't understand, man. So, like, here's the thing. Like,
he's taking time off. That's why he's losing.
He is. He's taking time off, but it's from what I've heard, from what I've read, it's storyline planned. Like, it's planned. Which don't let me forget, I have something to drop on you later that I found out that you asked about, but. Perception becomes reality eventually. Like Vince McMahon says it all the time. You can slap the Money in the Bank on somebody and put a title on them, or you can anoint them. But if you keep having them lose, perception becomes reality that they are a loser. And that's where Kevin Owens sits right now. And he's not. He's so incredible. And I think even me and you were talking, I think you've even come around that, dude, he may end up in the next wave of cuts. He just might.
Man,
I mean,
so disappointed.
I don't know what's going on, dude. I was so mad. One, and everyone knows I was so mad about the first Sami Zayn. And it was a great match. Great match. Just look no further than the fact that he's still selling the freaking Nigerian nail like 3 days later. It's this massive effect on him. But he's too talented to be treated this way. Like if I'm him, I don't want to be there anymore. He's literally losing every week. Every single week, he is losing.
He'd be like your brother talks about how the Miz always. He's like, your brother was like, why do they never let the Miz win? I'm like, I don't know, man. He went like months. You are right, Justin. If WWE releases Kevin Owens, they're insane. You are correct. I don't know if that's going to happen. Me and Steven have talked about that, but he's kind of just a mid-card. I mean, he fought Reigns for what, a solid month, and they had great match. They had a great match. They kind of botched the ending a little bit with the handcuffs.
Well, that's not his fault.
No, I mean, he was doing swantons off the top of a freaking forklift. So
if you want to know for sure, if you want to know why I think he's going to be released, all you got to do is go back and watch videotape. Vince doesn't necessarily like him. He doesn't fit the mold. Y'all hear me all the time that he doesn't like fat people. And I mean, obviously it's not true. Look at Yokozuna, look at Mark Henry. But at the same time, he doesn't really seem to like Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
In general. Like, you can go back and watch these videos of him being pissed off at matches, and Kevin's taken time off multiple times. I mean, maybe he goes back down to NXT. Maybe he takes that route. Maybe he leaves. I don't know, man. But I mean, if I'm him, I'm not happy that I keep losing every week.
I think it was planned, like you said. It's a planned little vacation for him, time off. He's even said that he's wrestled hard for 8 months in a row now, and
he came back. When he came back off of what, 2? Was it both blown? He blew both knees.
I know he messed up both knees. I don't know if he blew them both out, but yeah, he had bad knees.
he was banged up coming back.
Yeah.
So, God willing, take some time off, figure out his shit, Vince, and push him in the right way. I don't mind if he sits at the mid-card level and he's like U.S. title, Intercontinental. Like, that's a good fit for him.
Yeah.
You know? And honestly, it's a good fit for Sami Zayn. I was telling you, we were watching Loudest Pops, and I was going back to Sami Zayn first debuting. And I can remember a time I liked Sami Zayn. I don't like his character right now. It's a great character. I just don't like it, you know? But he's got to figure out what he's going to do, man. Vince has got to figure out what he's going to do with these guys.
Well, Vince is going to do what Vince wants to do, man.
Noob & Co., hello to you too. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to move on from SmackDown? You want to move on?
Yeah, I'm done, dude. It was, I mean, SmackDown really just kind of led into Hell in a Cell.
It was a lot of build. It was a lot of
build,
call this person out, you call this person out. I'm going to see you at Hell in a Cell, which we'll get to my beef with that later.
That was a bad little segue there.
Hell in a Cell. Hey, what's better? Is it better the Hell in a Cell or the Eva Marie?
I forgot about her dumbass.
Or Dewdrop.
We'll get to her too. Let's go to Dynamite because this is your baby. I do like Dynamite though.
Dynamite continues to be good. Now, don't get me wrong. I am an equal opportunity shit talker. Okay, so I will be the first to say I hated the not shoot. It wasn't a shoot fight, but the not real MMA fight, man. It didn't look good. They looked tired. They didn't look like they were throwing real. I mean, dude, punch somebody.
Freaking Wardlow did a goddamn Hurricane Rana.
For those who don't know, that's not legal in MMA. That's not a legal move.
He literally did a Hurricane Rana.
Let's not forget the Superman punch that landed in Hager's chest. I mean, it was not a good match.
Hey, look though, Hager's a bona fide MMA fighter. Don't get me wrong.
He is. It's hard. Look it though, dude. I don't think you can't fake stuff like that. That's the thing. If you're go full shoot, man. You got to let it rip and let them beat the tar out of each other and see what happens.
Don't say fake. We're doing a wrestling podcast. You can't say fake.
You can't. It's got to be full shoot. My bad. It's not fake. It's predetermined. We all know that. We've harped on that. But more of you got to go full shoot with something like that. Let them go. Let it rip and let them beat the tar out of each other.
Yeah, that was not my favorite.
It did a good job of setting up the main event for in 2 weeks with MJF. Noob, the MMA match in AEW really, really, really put me to sleep. What was AEW thinking? They're thinking it's something different. I was excited for it at first because I was like, dude, maybe they're going to go like a little bit of shoot with this thing and see what happens.
Yeah.
But I think we both know if they had gone full shoot, Hager probably would have murdered him.
It wouldn't have even been close, I don't think, man.
Although Hager looked out of shape a little bit, man.
Well,
he looked tired. He's not fought MMA in a little while.
No, he hasn't, but still. What else happened there? I want to talk about something because me and you have talked about this. I love what AEW is doing with Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, dude, I love it. I was talking to you about it.
I know.
I mean, I love what they've done. So they obviously, for those who don't watch AEW, Frankie Kazarian, part of a legendary tag team, SCU, been together forever. They broke them up. Young Bucks beat them, and they had to end. So I mean, it is what it is with that. But they've played that storyline so well, where he's so upset about them causing this that he is now personally gone after each member of the Elite, and they literally call him the Elite Hunter, which I love. I love that he's going after. He's literally going after each freaking one, and it's great. Dude's like 43 too.
Yeah. Short Courts put out Rey Mysterio is never coming back, is he? Well, yeah, he has to come back.
He's got to defend the tag team sometime.
He's got to, yeah.
But man, he bounced off that cage like a racquetball off a wall, man.
He did, dude. That was insane.
Can we just say, really? I mean, I don't want to jump back to it, but the reverse guillotine, the new reverse guillotine that he did, was freaking awesome because you could see the face. You could see their face. I thought that was so cool.
Let's talk about old Brock Anderson.
Ooh. I mean, he looked like a brand new wrestler. I mean, he had his moments. He's in there with great people to work with. I mean, you're in there with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is one of the best in the business right now. And Brock just looked green, man. He looked green. I'm not going to say the moment was too big for him because it's Dynamite, but he needs a little bit more work. Put him in the ring. I think you're going to keep him with Cody and kind of see what happens. But
yeah, this is good right here. Kazarian is Justin sent out a comment. Kazarian is giving me the Yoshitatsu vibes when he was the Bullet Club Hunter in Japan. You are right. I do remember that. It's cool though.
It's new.
It's new.
It's new to people who don't watch New Japan.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, something when you said Cody Rhodes best in the business. I agree with you. I think he's phenomenal at what he does. But everything he does lately is mid card. And you know what? I respect him for that because he helped start this. He come out and said he's never gonna challenge for the AEW World Title, which is cool. That's cool. Yeah. Whatever you want to do there, buddy. But it just seemed, he could try to be in a main event every now and then.
I agree with you. I respect what he's doing though. Like that's storyline based with him not challenging, but also like he said it, like, dude, he's an executive VP, and he's so established. He doesn't need to be in the main event. He can give the rub to other people, like Brock Anderson, and I think Brock's going to be fine. I do. I think he just needs to get a little bit more seasoning, and you're going to put him in there with good people. AEW, that's one thing they do really well. They're developing some really good talent. Some good homegrown talent, too.
He's got a great person to teach him, too. It's not like his dad was a pushover. His dad was a good wrestler, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I love Double A.
Yeah. I mean, Double A's still out there getting smacked with a belt. He's still doing his thing.
When AEW started, he came out and freaking spine busted people. I mean, yeah, he looks like his dad, too. He's a little thinner than his dad. His dad was always bigger.
Did you notice he had his dad's trunks? He had his dad's trunks.
Yeah.
Except it was BA instead of AA.
Yeah.
It looked good, man. I mean, he's just got to show some more improvement. But let's talk about a couple other things in AEW. Obviously, my man, Freshly Squeezed, was back, baby, and looking better than ever. We were talking about this the other day.
Here we go.
He's not wrestled in a while. Like,
dude, we talk about this every week with AEW.
They space it so well. But dude, so for everyone who's listening, we were talking, it was like, who's the best wrestler across every promotion right now? And if you're on here and you're participating and you're interacting, drop who you think the best wrestler across all promotions is in the comments. And I was like, dude, everyone, it's well established. I love Orange Cassidy. I love him. But I can't put him there because he doesn't do anything on the mic. Yeah. He doesn't talk, but his wrestling ability is great, and he's a great seller. And I thought the match was super entertaining. I mean, you knew he was going to win.
You're talking about favorite. We were talking about that today, and I think I said Kenny Omega, but Kenny Omega's not like great on the mic. He's good. Yeah. He's not great. Like when you think of mic people, you think of The Rock, The Miz, CM Punk. I mean, even Cena's good on the mic. But I don't Dude, I love Hangman.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about Hangman.
He's
They
probably
sprinkled him in.
yeah, they did sprinkle him in.
Just a
But
little bit of Dark Order there.
he's probably my favorite wrestler in AEW.
I mean, we've talked about this. You made me put my drink down with that comment.
Why?
But I mean, no, I agree. He's
don't,
my
don't make me yell at you again.
No. He's probably, we've talked about it. He's probably my second favorite behind Orange Cassidy. But dude, I mean, he didn't even wrestle. And the stuff was so funny because he's back there drinking beers with the Dark Order, and they're trying to hype him up. And he's like, "What about my boy Evil Uno? What about my boy Ten? What about my boy?" And he's going like up and down. For those who don't know, he is very well connected and close with the Dark Order. Yeah. He's just not a member. I mean, the funniest thing what I talked about last time was the meme where he's like, "I don't think it's a good time for me to join a cult," But he's really tight with them, which is a great little note to say about. On AEW Dark, I was telling you, there's a lot of people reading breadcrumbs when it comes to that because they did a segment where they partook in some special brownies, I guess. I don't know, something that had something in them. And they all started hallucinating. This is on the show. This is on YouTube, and his hallucination was someone bringing a bag and giving him the AEW World Heavyweight title. And so a lot of people are pointing going, okay, that's a breadcrumb. He's the logical sense to take the title off of Kenny, and the rumor is Kenny's going to be taking a break soon.
Yeah. Don't forget this weekend too. On Saturday, you got Jungle Boy.
Oh yes, Jungle Boy, dude. Jungle Boy and Kenny Omega.
I'm gonna like that. I will
definitely
be a
good fight.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching on Saturday. I thought the Darby Allin versus Scorpio and Ethan Page match was actually really good.
Yeah, for those who don't read the banners, who aren't on here, make sure you jump on later if you're not live and read it. So basically, what I said was Darby shows heart, but also how to get your ass kicked. Because the dude.
He does take a beating. He's an underdog. I mean, he's
every
always
time.
An underdog.
Well, dude, he's so tiny. He's so tiny. But I'll tell you this, dude. AEW did a great job with that because they hyped that up. They've hyped it up so much with Ethan Page and him that I found myself after Dynamite Googling and going on YouTube and watching these matches that him and Page have had in the independents where Page puts him in a body bag and hits him with a shovel and like jumping off a pillar. Like I found myself going back and I was like, damn, like they really have fought for a really long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I feel bad for Darby. Like, he's so little. Not that matters. Because obviously, Rey Mysterio's done it for 20-something, 30 years.
But he's got more muscle on him.
Yeah, Mysterio's thicker. But I just thought that match, I was surprised that match was how I thought about that match. Like, I was like, it's just going to be But
as competitive as it was.
Yes, I just really thought it was actually really good. I want to talk, the main event was really good to me.
Yeah.
I just thought, first of all, I fucking love Eddie Kingston, dude.
Well, dude, someone put a mic in front of him, and he's talking about everybody right now, which is hilarious.
Didn't we see today? He's like, I want Braun Strowman.
Yeah, he's like, I want Braun.
Or he wanted
he wanted Samoa Joe. He's like, I wanted Joe, but he's getting that cheddar.
That cheddar. That's what he said too.
Hopefully, he's getting that cheddar over at NXT.
But that match was really good between Matt Jackson and the Good Brothers versus who was it? It was Penta, Kingston, and Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good match, good flow, really good. And that's the thing too. Like, look, like that was so. Last week it was Pac and Penta, right?
Yeah.
And then this week it's Kingston, Penta, and Kazarian. Like they just mix it up. Like that's they keep it really fresh. They keep it really new.
Here's the other thing they do. They put the fucking match card out like a week ahead of time. So it gives you're like, oh, that could be interesting. Or I don't know if I'm gonna dig that or not, but I might watch it. You know what I mean? Like they give you a reason to watch each week.
Well, we know
the WWE doesn't. I mean, but it's
but we know the main event of the next two Dynamites. Yeah. We do. They've already released it. It's Jungle Boy and Kenny Omega, and then on next Wednesday, It's Sammy Guevara and MJF. Like great matches.
And we talked about that. I am actually really excited to see that.
It's going to be really good. It's going to be I didn't realize they've never fought. Like legitimately one-on-one. They fought in blood and guts, but they've never really fought one-on-one. Mm-hmm. And those are the two ascending young stars that are going to kind of rule AEW for the next 10 or 15 years.
How excited are you about Andrade?
I want to see him fight, dude. Oh,
I know. I just want to see him wrestle
because he's so good. He's so good when he does. But I love how they're setting his character. His English was better. His English was better than what I thought it was going to be. He got his point across. And I've told you, I've said, I think he's a Latino Ric Flair. It's kind of what they're going for. Woo!
No pun intended.
No pun intended. But like they've said, like he's my question is, where does he go first? Does he go after Miro or does he go after Omega? Where's he going first? Because he's going somewhere. He's already said he's going one of those two places. He feels he's ready. And the other thing, too, is I want to know what the surprise is.
Yeah. It's going to be Zelina Vega.
That's what I think. I think it works too well because we know Aleister Black's coming. That's her husband. We know that she worked with Andrade before. It was really good.
I mean, I say that, but he's got Vicky.
Woo! What if it's Charlotte Flair? No,
it's not Charlotte Flair.
I'm just playing. WWE would never, ever let her leave.
That's not going to happen. But
she's too important.
I'm very excited to see him get in the ring, which I still don't know. I haven't seen. He's not on the match card for Saturday.
He is. He's not on the match card, but he will be present. So I'm curious if he's going to do something.
Yeah.
Come out to the ring. You can only the thing with it.
He wasn't on the match card for Wednesday. He wasn't on the match card for Wednesday, was he?
He was on there as he was going to be doing an interview with JR. So they did have him on. Well, he was on. That was last Friday. That was this one. He spoke. He spoke. They had him on there to talk to JR.
That's a good stat out there, Justin. Thank you.
Well, he is. He's already doing that. Yeah. For those who aren't on live, Justin pointed out that he's probably going after Kenny Omega and AAA Mega Championship. That's the Lucha title that Kenny holds. Yep. And they have a partnership with AEW where Andrade is in that promotion as well. And he's going to be challenging Kenny Omega for that title.
Same thing, Newman Company. He's probably going after Kenny Omega first because AAA Mania. So, yeah. Excuse me.
Take a swig, dude.
I'm choking on my own spit.
Sponsorship, maybe.
Hey, yeah. Shout out, no free shout outs. I got a beer. It's called Bat Squatch.
Bat guano?
Guano. It's really freaking good. If you guys have it in your area, go check it out. I'm not doing a shameless plug for the Lounge Room Network on my beer review here, but it's pretty tasty.
It's not. All right, let's go back to wrestling. Beer and wrestling is synonymous. But so you want to move on to Raw? You got anything else with Dynamite? We're really excited about where it's going.
I'm 100% excited about where it's going. What else happened? Oh, they had a who were the girls that fought? Wasn't it Julia Hart and Penelope Ford? I think. I thought that was an okay match, but yeah,
it was okay. I mean, they had Jade Cargill making another little talk about.
You're really excited about her.
Well, I think, dude. I mean, this is my thing. I love Britt Baker. I think Britt Baker is probably one of the most talented female wrestlers in the world right now. I really do. But on the same token, AEW loves her.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill could go and take the title at any point she wants.
Yeah.
I think she could. I don't think she's ready. I don't think she's quite there. I don't think she's quite there on the mic. She's got her catchphrase of "I'm that bitch," and that's about all she says. But she has her little representative now, her little person right here who talks for her. But dude, she's undefeated, and she looks really damn good when she wrestles. She's she's a different type of wrestler than anybody else in the company right now. Female. Yeah. She kind of, who she's kind of like? She's kind of like Beth Phoenix. She wrestles like she kind of and his face, man. It's like I kicked him in the ball sack. What I mean by that is when you watch the stuff, Okay, Lenny from Mice and Men. But when you watch like the Peacock stuff about Beth Phoenix, they talk about she wrestles no knock, but she wrestles like a dude. Very, very power based. And Jade Cargill is very power based. I mean, she's a strong woman. So I mean that's more of the relation I'm taking, is she's more power based than anything else. She's not very technical.
She is. Real quick, shout out to everybody that's joining us live tonight. We appreciate you. We appreciate the comments. We've actually had some really good comments tonight from different people that haven't necessarily joined us or that we've known have joined us. But okay, interrupt my segue. Go ahead.
Well, I know it's just a great comment.
It is a great comment.
That's a great. He said Jade is a fusion of Beth Phoenix and Sasha Banks. I like that. I think that's because I mean, in all honesty, those are two of my favorite female wrestlers of all time. Sasha Banks, I've told Adam, she's my favorite female wrestler right now. Period, bar none, on the mic and in the ring. So for her to be there, I do love Britt Baker. Britt Baker's great too.
And Justin's gonna hate me for this, but I like Charlotte Flair. I'm sorry.
Well, she's great at what she does. You hate her.
You know why? You know why? There's something about Charlotte, and I'll get back to my thank yous here in a second. But I like Charlotte, and we're going to segue into Raw here in a second. But I like Charlotte because she was never going to wrestle ever. We've talked about this before. Me and you have talked about this off air. That she was never going to wrestle until Reed passed away. Yeah, her brother Reed, and she felt like she should go in his footsteps and kind of do it. And now look at her.
I mean, and all she's done is become the greatest female wrestler probably of all time.
I mean, sorry, Justin. I love you, buddy. But I do respect what she does. And WWE, now I will say, I will agree, they do force her.
They do.
You know what I mean? They do force
her. They wedge her in there.
They do,
but no need to fear, guys. No need to fear with that. Because the man is coming back soon.
Yes, the man will be coming back.
Sasha's probably coming back soon, too.
Yeah. Anyway, let me get back to my thank yous.
Go.
Thank you, everybody. We really sincerely do appreciate you guys. If you're watching live or listening on Apple, Spotify, please go follow us. Follow me on Twitter at AdamRaymer11. Follow Steven at Steven Burton. Steven with a P, not a V. Burton 86. Yeah. Follow our page. We've got Instagram, Facebook. Obviously, we got a YouTube. If you guys aren't watching this live, go watch it on YouTube later.
It's at the bottom.
Everything's at the bottom. If you're watching live, everything is at the bottom there. All of our pages. But we really do appreciate everybody that's joining us and that continues each week to listen. Like I said, this was something just fun for me and Steven. Kind of looked at each other one day at work and said, let's do it. And it's kind of turned into a weekly thing that me and Steven get excited about. And we hope that you guys are excited too. So anyway, segue into Raw. Which, okay, your brother, I want to talk about your brother, old Josh. Go follow him on Twitter too. I think it's JD Burton 618. Go follow him. He needs some followers. He needs some wrestling followers. Everybody go follow him. And if you're watching, I hate you. Not really, I love you. But he said that he hated Raw. He hated the endings of Raw. Now, I will agree on how matches ended on some of them. I agree with that. But I loved some of the newer matchups that they had, and mainly because it's Money in the Bank qualifiers. I get it. They're going to start doing that. But it was refreshing for once to see Ricochet win a match. And Steven loves Ricochet, by the way.
I do love Ricochet. He's from Paducah.
First of all, Ricochet and AJ Styles in a singles match, you can't get any better than that. Dude, I mean, both of those guys are insane inside the ring.
Well, we talked about it too.
I gave that match like an A.
Well, we said too, you could stick pretty much anybody. I mean, probably the best wrestler. You know, what we whittled down to off of Kenny Omega was, I mean, the best wrestler on two legs right now is still AJ Styles. Yes. And he can make anybody look good, and they're both high flying, and he doesn't need it. Like I loved, I mean, Drip drip is drip drip. It is what it is. But I loved who won.
Yes.
It's different. And let's remember, you guys, there's 7 spots in Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
They only filled 3. And they're going to put one of these guys in the last chance next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, I was excited. I'm excited to see Ricochet get a win. I'm excited to see him because he's going to excel at a ladder match. He's going to freaking excel.
Yes.
The dude, how many times should he have died?
Well, like 10.
I mean, every time he does a flip in there, I mean, whatever it is, the 6, 720.
Legitimately 10.
I mean, let's go back, man. Prince Puma, baby.
Justin put up a comment. Justin said, I think they nailed it on every person who won their qualifying match. 100% agree. I just didn't like how some of them ended, meaning a roll up, that kind of shit. I just don't like that.
What's interesting? I'm
going to tell you my favorite match of the night. The main event
was Ava Marie. Was it Ava Marie?
I'm not even going to talk about that fucking thing because it's just going to piss me off. I don't even want to talk about her. That was the stupidest thing. That chick that's with her, I don't even remember who she is. I don't care.
Drop.
Yeah, has already turned on her in 2 weeks. It's stupid. It's the dumbest shit ever. But
not good.
My favorite match of the week on Raw was Riddle and McIntyre. That match was crazy, dude. It was a good match. Actually, I'll even say it was a great match. It's putting Riddle in the ring is really good, people. He's really good in the ring. And I love his persona. I still don't know where the RK Bro thing's going. They might be setting this up for in the Money in the Bank thing to kind of maybe fizzle it out. Now, I don't know because they haven't. I hope they don't. But that was my favorite. Now the main event was great too. And I'll let you talk about something else before we talk about that because I got something to say about the main event.
Well, with Riddle, I mean, we talked about it. I like if you look across the board at who they put in. Johnny Drip Drip is a high flyer. Ricochet's a high flyer. It's a ladder match, y'all. It's a Money in the Bank ladder match. Put some people in there who's going to have really entertaining matches.
You don't need
Riddle's not really.
You don't need Keith Lee's in there.
No, which dude? I read something right before we came on. Don't let me forget to talk about it. Okay.
All right.
With Keith Lee, but my thing, the only thing I've said with Riddle, and this is where we disagree, is his current persona, as fun as it is, he's not going to hold a title. He's not going to hold the world title. Because here's a question, y'all. Drop it in the comments for you guys who are in here. When was the last time that you guys can think of just a goofy ass person who carried a major title, the heavyweight title? Who's the last person who had that goofy persona?
I thought you were just going to say a goofy person. I was like, Eugene.
No, I mean, but who's the last goofy? I mean, you could say Jericho had a goofy one, but Jericho was cutthroat too, and he grew out of that goofiness, and it was more like a prick is how he was. Riddle's goofy. Vince is not going to put it on him while he's goofy. Now, maybe that's why he's with Randy. Yeah, it's going to rub off, and he's going to get a little more serious with it. Yep. But as long as he has the goofy persona, mark my words, he's not going to carry that title.
Yeah, it's funny though when he gets in the ring, it's like a totally different person, dude. It's like he's got split personality. Like he's like Mr. Cool, chill, bro outside, and then he gets in there and he gets chopped a couple of times. Then
Noob and Company, yeah, we got to touch on this. It's a great point. Yeah. Noob and Company said the women's Money in the Bank qualifying matches are weird, which is tag team matches, which is random. It is true, and I think part of that is that's time. That's time constraint. Okay. He doesn't want to give that amount of time to women's matches.
First of all, I want to bring that up because thank God he brought that up because I almost forgot about it. What the hell is going on with Nikki Cross?
Dude, she pitched the idea.
I know she did.
She said, she was like, Vince, make me a superhero.
She's Hurricane 2.0.
Dude, I'm not even going to give her that kind of credit. I liked Hurricane. Shane Helms was super talented, but it's the same. I mean, you make Vince laugh and you'll be around forever. Tell him a fart joke and you'll win the world title.
I'm so disappointed in that.
It's not good.
Oh,
it's not great. But they
said,
wrong,
I love Nikki Cross. Like, I'm a fan of Nikki Cross. But that was the dumbest shit I've seen.
The question is it possible that this is one of those things that gets abandoned very quickly? Maybe.
I surely to God hope so.
If he doesn't, I mean, Emma Lynn was such a dud. They changed it in 1 week, so that's the question I have with the whole Dewdrop thing. Was it just so bad that they're like, oh, fuck it. We're going to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Stop it. I mean, my thing is, everyone who listens knows I don't even want to give that match any airtime on here. But I mean, I've said it. I've questioned the fact that she's back. I don't know. I don't know why.
Oh, Justin threw Kofi Kingston. Everything after he won the title was all goof. But that was true. But Kofi Kingston isn't. I mean, I guess they're kind of.
No, I mean, I love you, Justin, man. I do. But I don't look at it like near the same. Like Riddle is like stoned out. Like Riddle's Spicoli. Riddle is Spicoli. If y'all are too young to know,
I was going to say, if you were all too young, go
look it up. It's Fast Times at Ridgemont Highs. He's Spicoli, is what he is. Kofi is like power of positivity. Like that was his thing, and I view them differently. I differ on that. It's probably, I will give you, it's the closest comparison that I can think of that makes sense. It's a good comparison. It's the closest one.
Newbin Company threw up a comment. I'm glad that Asuka is at the Women's Money in the Bank match, but I get the feeling that fans are going to turn on her because she's in the title picture. I can see that happening. And I'll tell you why. One, she's held it so many times, and she held it for a long time. I like Asuka. I don't love her. I like her. Like, would I be mad if she beat Rhea Ripley? Probably, because I just don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Now,
she's not going to win.
No.
She won it last year.
Yeah.
You don't get repeat rent. You don't get.
Well, when she won it last year,
she didn't have to cash it in.
She didn't have to cash it in.
Becky gave her the title because she was pregnant.
Right. So, yeah, I think that is a good comment. I don't know if people will turn on her. They might.
I don't know, dude. She's so freaking likable.
She is likable.
She's so likable.
Her English is about as broken as Andrade's, but
it's worse, man. It's probably worse. It's tough, and we've talked about that. It's really hard to get over when you're not. Let's just negate on English. If you're not good on the mic, you got to be like an Orange Cassidy, who just has that. Yeah, man. You just got to be that, or you got to have Paul Heyman.
Yeah, you got
kind of your two options.
Yeah. Let me talk about something real quick.
Oh, Bodie. Shit. What are you going to say?
No, it's a good thing.
Are we sure? Go for it.
Yeah, it's the main event.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. It's not a bold take, because anybody that watches pro wrestling, especially Monday Night Raw, Xavier Woods does not, I repeat, does not get enough credit in singles competition. Somebody changed my mind on it. Go ahead and give me factual information that tells me that you guys don't think that he does not get enough credit.
I can't.
You can't. I mean, you might be able to find statistically. We're not AEW. We're not talking AEW here. We're not talking about wins and losses. I'm talking in-ring ability. That dude is great, and he does not get enough credit for it. And then what happens? Now he's taking time off.
Well, it's because, he's taking time off by choice.
He is, but
he's so freaking popular outside of wrestling with his up, down, down, and all of that, like he talked about.
Which is great. If you guys have not watched that, go watch Up, Down, Down. It's freaking hilarious.
And he's an uber nerd, the best way possible. That's the thing. Wrestling is what he loves, what he does.
Mm-hmm.
If you asked me, I'd say what he loves is the other stuff, like Up, Down, Down, the video game stuff, that kind of thing, because he's great at it. But I think I'm with you. He's overshadowed. You look at who, rumor comes out today. They're getting ready for another big push for Big E.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kofi fighting for the title, and Xavier's just kind of there. I'm going to say it. I think he's probably in the doghouse because of the stuff with Paige.
Still,
I think so, man. Vince don't do. Who's the best female wrestler in the history of the WWE that is not in the Hall of Fame for her own?
China? Is she in?
Yeah. No, she's not.
She's in with DX?
She's in with DX, and we all know why she's not in. I mean, there's multiple things, but
right.
But I mean, the McMahons hold a grudge, man. They hold a grudge.
Yeah, they do.
I feel bad for him. He's super talented. He looked great. And the thing that came out was the beating he took was because he's taking time off. Because now they're going to push Kofi. They're going to push Big E.
My God, is it going to be Kofi Mania again? Don't get me wrong. I love
he won't beat Lashley because much to Justin's disappointment, we heard the report today that Brock Lesnar is talking now with the WWE about a return. And it's going to be Lashley and Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Shoot me in the head.
It's going to be the stiffest match. It's going to be like two bulls.
It's going to be like two fucking 2x4s trying to fight each other.
I mean, I don't know.
All right.
I mean, okay, dude.
We're 50 minutes in. We're 50 minutes in, and we're.
Dude, we timed it beautifully.
And we are. We're gonna transition to Hell in a Cell, which the Hell in a Cell was.
Followed by the. Now, Hell in a Cell was like a wet fart.
And speaking of, sorry, people that are listening live and are on Apple, Spot, wherever you guys get podcasts. I did not watch NXT this week. I did not have time. And actually, I did have time. I fell asleep. So I'm sorry.
It's a lot of wrestling.
NXT. It's a lot of wrestling.
We consume a lot of wrestling.
Unfortunately, we have, me and Steven do have a life outside of wrestling. We work for a living. We have other podcasts that we do. We have families. So sometimes it's hard for us. Like I said, this show, guys, is not about getting a bunch of interviews on, and it is strictly unfiltered opinions and what we think. That's it. And we hope we hope everybody enjoys it. But
well, you've heard me say, everyone's heard me say this, is that the whole purpose of this, if we're not having fun, which just to clarify, I want to clarify something very, very quickly. Just quickly. Last week, my headphones were working. I completely pissed Adam off. We do want to clarify. We're fine.
Yeah, we're best friends, guys.
We called each other.
Literally best friends.
We talked right afterwards, and he was like, "Dude, I sounded kind of."
I'll tell you guys. And Mom, I'm pretty sure you're watching, but it was so bad that my mom texted me and said, "Are you and Steven okay?"
It was bad. It sounded bad.
It was a little tense.
Let's not get it twisted around. It didn't sound great. No. But, I mean, we just want to clarify. Turnbuckle's not going anywhere because we and Adam are pissed at each other. No. We just work it out old school. No, I'm just playing. Okay. So back to Hell in the Cell.
Thanks, Mom, for the love on the
I was going to say your mom. That's totally got to be your mom. Yep, that's your mom.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let's go back to Hell in the Cell. Can I get something off my chest really quickly with it?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, go ahead.
The red fucking cell.
Oh, okay, guys. Steven's mad that the cell's red.
You can't tell me that it looks any more intimidating than when it was just like a fence.
Steven, I don't care what color the cell is. I wish they would have done more with it. Like we didn't have that oh shit moment.
It's because they didn't get out of the cell. We had some funny stuff happen. I mean, we'll get to that. We completely lost our. If we had live streamed this, like we had initially thought,
there would have been 10 minutes of silence because we were laughing so hard.
We were laughing so hard because it
was at ourselves too, kind of.
It was something that I said followed by something that we'll get to it here in a minute. But let's kind of run it through. Let's run it through a little bit.
Justin, real quick before we get to when we talked about it, Justin threw up a comment, a very underwhelming and may I say boring show overall. I don't know if it was boring. I didn't think it was horrible. I didn't think it was great.
Well, I'll tell you this.
I had a huge issue with the way matches ended.
Yeah, that was a
huge issue with the way they ended.
Let's start off with where it ends. Yes. You want when you're in, like McIntyre and Lashley's feud is over. End it. End it. Like, put one of them through a mat, and that's done. I mean, dude, we come from a generation where Randy Orton ended a feud with the Undertaker by lighting something on fire with him in it.
Yeah,
that was it.
We're gonna talk about something real quick, and this is what made me mad about Steven.
What did I do?
You're dissing on my girl at work today.
Diss.
You were dissing on my girl. You said you said you didn't like Bianca Belair.
Oh, come at me, y'all. It's not okay. So I struggle. Like I turned to Adam during the pay-per-view, and I asked him. I said, "Tell me why I don't like her." I don't know.
I think it's because she got pushed so quick. I think for you, she got pushed too quick.
I mean, and it's like I want to. I do. I want to like her.
She's close very talented. She's from close to where we live.
I mean, I do. I want to like her, and I literally turned to Adam. I was like, "Tell me why I don't." And I can't put my finger on it. I mean, I can't. I mean, did I ever think she was going to lose? Absolutely not. I never thought she was going to lose to Bayley. Bayley's a great heel, and she can afford to not get that win. Mm-hmm. I will say it was a good match, but at the same time, in my mind, it doesn't. There's only been 2 female Hell in the Cells, I think. Mm-hmm. Bayley and Sasha, and Sasha and Charlotte. And they were otherworldly. And it's number 3 of those 3 to me. I mean, number 1 with a bullet is obviously the first one ever with Sasha and Charlotte. It's ridiculous. They got outside the ring and took bumps off the cage, which no one did. No one did. Like, no one got outside.
I thought that match, though, I know that and I'm just harping on you for not liking Bianca. Not that you don't like her. You just
I don't know why I don't though, man. I really don't. I mean,
you don't hate her, but you don't love her. That's not like she's just.
If she lost, would I be sad?
Yeah, you wouldn't be. And I don't know if I would be. What? What do you say?
I didn't know Becky and Sasha fought in the cell. I don't know how I missed that because I love me some.
Oh, Becky. I do remember that. I do remember.
Good catch, man. So 4. So this was number 4 then.
Yeah. So. I kind of want to go through these matches.
Okay. Got none but time, man. None but time.
Yeah.
Nothing but time and mics.
We're not gonna go too long tonight. But
wait, what's it? I got none but time and opportunity.
I thought the Bayley and Bianca match. I thought it was creative. I think they were innovative in the match. I'd give it a B. I don't think it was oh my god, but I thought it was one of the better endings because it wasn't a goddamn roll up.
Yeah. Well, it was a good ending. I like
Bayley's great. Bayley is great. Bayley is great.
Well, they got creative with some of the stuff. I liked so I liked Bayley tying her hair. I was a little confused, and I turned to Adam. I was like, I don't know why Bianca's tying her own hair to Bayley. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It kind of turned into like a bull
strap match. It's a strap match.
I will tell you this. Me and Adam were talking about this and said, I don't see her whipping people anytime soon because I don't think they thought that through when she whipped Sasha at WrestleMania. I don't think they thought it was going to be as bad as it was because it was bad. I mean, drop into the comments. You can agree or disagree. That was bad. And she's not whipped anybody since.
Yeah.
But it was. I mean, we liked it. I mean, we liked the opening match. It was a good opening match. I mean, I'm not counting the pre-show match. The pre-show match sucked.
Well, first of all, you didn't even watch half of it.
The pre-show? I didn't need to. It sucked. Tell me this. Why? If you're I'm gonna only touch on this for a split second. Is if you're gonna do that match, dude, at least put the women's tag titles on the line. Put it in a tag match and put the titles on the line. It's the most random thing ever. They're going to keep fighting. It's like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Well, first of all, it wasn't even a tag team match. It was
no, but it should have been.
Yeah.
You diminish the titles even further by not putting them on the pay-per-view or even on the pre-show. It's a glorified pay-per-view is what that title is. Okay, I'm done.
Rollins and Cesaro.
Well, I love Seth Rollins, man. I think he's probably one of the best workers in the business right now, too.
Yeah, great match, shit finish. Because you know why? It was a damn roll-up.
But it continues. I don't like it. Everyone knows we hate roll-ups here. We are # no more roll-ups.
It's okay every once in a while, but, dude, it's every week, whether it's on SmackDown or Raw. There are roll-ups to win every single week.
But I will say I loved the one part of it was how it progressed the story between the two of them.
Oh, 100%.
Because Rollins celebrated like he had won the Universal title.
Well, they're 1-1 now.
They're one. Yes, so they're going to fight again. Money in the Bank, probably.
Probably.
They won't save that for SummerSlam because I have
Unless
heard
they're-
another rumor
Unless they're going to both
of
be in Monday
SummerSlam.
Night.
Well, I've heard another rumor about SummerSlam too. So,
Oh, you wanted me to remind you of something real quick. What was it? You said don't let me forget about Keith Lee.
so the
Go ahead and
news
say
with
that
Keith-
real quick.
Yeah, the news with Keith Lee that I read is that part of the reason he's off air is he's having a really, really hard time trademarking his name. So they can't put it on air. They can't put it on air if he's not trademarked. But at the same time, I was a little confused with what I read because it sounded like there's a pending trademark WWE filed for his name.
Yeah.
So the question with that is, did WWE file the trademark for them and not tell him? And that's why he's off air because he's pissed because he can't use his own damn name.
Yeah. I did see something like I read an article.
There was one other one too. So for you, Damian Priest.
Yes.
Storyline related. He's been planning to be off. He's supposed to be back in like a week.
Okay, thank you.
They squashed any rumor there was about a back injury. So
all right,
Damian Priest should be coming back.
If you're listening live, let me know your comments on Damian Priest because I am very high on him. Very high on him.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm loving Noob and Company. Noob and Co, man. I'm loving the interaction we're getting. Wait until we talk. He can't wait to hear us basically talk about Rhea and Charlotte.
Okay,
because
fine.
The finish was horrible.
Here we go.
Go for it. Go.
We're just gonna go into it. Okay.
You want to blow up?
No, I'm not gonna blow up. I'm not gonna. Blow up.
Okay. We'll bring it back in. We'll blow us both up.
That was the dumbest, besides the Nikki Cross thing I've seen. First of all, how are you gonna have those two women in a match at Hell in a Cell? First of all, it should have been inside Hell in a Cell, I think. Two,
it would have been interesting.
It would have ended better.
You can't DQ in a Hell in a Cell unless you're the Fiend and Seth Rollins.
First of all, I love both of those girls. Both of them. I think they're both uber talented. Now, Rhea, since she's moved up, it's weird, man. Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know. She's not stiff. She just doesn't look the same. Physically look the same. You know, they got her all gothed up, looking like, I mean, you know, she belongs in
her defense,
Osborne.
she was always a little goth. They just went kind of full blown. I mean,
Yeah.
Johnny Drip Drip thought she was a vampire.
Yeah, I don't. Dude, the ending, we both looked at each other when that happened, and we were like, what the hell? Like, end in a DQ? It's like, so now they're fighting again at Money in the Bank.
It's weird because it's like and
Is
I know
Money in the Bank going to have fans? Is that the first one?
Yes,
gonna have
yeah,
fans?
it's going to have fans.
Becky Lynch is coming back.
But I mean, it's interesting. Like I sat there, and Justin's going to hate this, but dude, man, like it's kind of like Rhea is learning from Charlotte on more heelish behavior, and I'd watch their tag team.
I would definitely watch their tag team.
I'd watch they'd destroy everybody. Like it'd be like Brothers of Destruction. You wouldn't be able to keep it together. But I mean, the ending, it's another one. It perpetuates the storyline to continue to go forward, to have another fight. I mean, I could see them. I don't have a hard time picturing them continuing it to try to get it to maybe SummerSlam. And going off of what you said, maybe Becky comes back and it's a triple threat.
Oh God, you guys had to get that in there, didn't you?
Well, I love Becky, dude. And
anyway.
FYI, Becky is ripped right now, is what everyone's saying.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. The match was actually good.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
What's Noob and Co. got us here? One, Rhea has no character development. That's true. No motivation. Poor timing to take the Raw Women's title off Asuka, and 4, build her up right. So we've talked about this before in the past. That when talent moves, and I don't want to necessarily moves up anymore because again, NXT is its own entity. It's great when it
still moves up, man.
It still moves up.
It still moves up. I know you love Adam Cole, baby, but I mean, it still moves up. It's Raw, it's SmackDown, it's the premier brands. But go ahead.
When they go from NXT to Raw or SmackDown, one, Vince has control. You know, Vince doesn't do anything with NXT. That's all.
He has
obviously
no hand in NXT.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels, all those guys do that stuff there. Regal.
Dude, Taker's been down there a little bit lately too.
Yeah, I saw that. It almost feels like they don't have a freaking plan anymore when people move up. Like they come, like Keith Lee when he moved up. So I was like, oh my God, here we go, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then just bloop.
Well, I think with
Samoa
Keith Lee,
Joe.
I think he had a plan. Keith Lee had a plan, and then he got COVID, or his wife got COVID. Yeah. I think that messed with it. I mean, for me, you have to go back further. You got to go back to Kevin Owens' debut, and you got to go back to Finn Balor. I mean, we were just talking about rumors rampant right now that Karrion Kross is going to be fast pushed to the main roster, that he's going up. And my only response is what I read it online too, is I had the same response, which is just please God have a plan for him.
Yes. 100%.
Don't do it just because Vince wants a new toy to play with for a month.
Yeah.
And then he's just there. Like Apollo Crews moved up, and I hate Apollo Crews. But when he moved up, they had no plan for him. It took them a solid 3 years to figure shit out, to figure it out with him, that he's actually, as much as I hate his character and I hate everything about Aziz, he's very talented. You know what I mean? Like, you guys hear me say it all the time. Like, he's very talented. Yeah. But man, I mean, it's really good bullet points where they don't know what to do. And Justin, like you mentioned, Adam Cole, and that's 100% why he doesn't want to go up. I bet they'll probably shave his head. Gold Dust 2.0.
Justin threw a comment in. Adam Cole ever getting call up scares the hell out of me. WWE will do something crazy like make him Michael Cole's illegitimate son because they have the same last name.
Dude, they probably would, man. They'd shave his head and make him like, oh my God.
I am a huge Adam Cole guy. I love Adam Cole. Adam Rainbow, baby. No, just joking.
Adam does that every time he walks into the office. He stands in the doorway and goes,
boom.
And if I don't say something, he stares at me.
Yeah. I don't think Adam Cole should leave NXT. I think
he doesn't want to. He's come out and said that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's fine where he's at. But what we got? Where we at? Back on to Hell in a Cell. Oh God, Shayna and Alexa. That was horrible. I just didn't like it at all. I love Alexa Bliss.
I blame Nia Jax. If she's in the ring, it's her fault.
Do you have anything to say about her?
Nia?
This week? Yeah, this week.
I will defend her in one aspect. I was really worried for about a half a second that.
Can you see my boy in here?
Yeah, I see Zeus.
There's my boy.
But my kid comes on and his dog comes on. But I will say that I completely lost my train of thought because of Zeus.
Nia.
I will say that I was a little concerned that Vince was going to have Reginald slap the taste out of her mouth. Yeah. Which I don't like Nia, but you can't have a man hitting a woman on TV.
No.
You just can't. No. I'm so far different from everybody on the whole Alexa Bliss thing. She came out today and basically was like, forget all y'all. I love it. Like, I'm having a great time with the gimmick.
Oh, wait. I was not saying that. I love the gimmick. I really do. I love the gimmick. And I'm glad, I had been preaching it for weeks about her getting in the ring and wrestling. That's not what I'm saying. I thought the match overall was just shitty to me. Well, and I'll tell you why it was shitty is because Shayna Baszler was in it.
Dude, well, and I will say I pointed out one thing to you. One interesting thing, and I want to know if anybody else noticed this, is when Shayna Baszler put her in an arm lock, she kind of stared at her, and it was the part where Baszler let her go. But they screamed. Alexa screamed at her, and if you go back and you listen, she screamed, "Let him in." Yep. Fiend's coming back. Like she's my personal thought has been she's gonna build like this weird, dark, undead, mind controlled kind of thing, playhouse thing for him, and she's gonna have these people,
right?
And it's gonna be really interesting if they let it play out. It could be really interesting, but I mean, I didn't like it because I don't like Nia. Hashtag fire Nia. If she's by the ring.
Hashtag Steven wants a shirt that says hashtag fire Nia.
I would take it. A shirt, a hat.
You know what? You know what's funny? You know what my favorite match was of the whole night, and I already told you.
Not that.
No, some people might be shocked. It was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Not shocked, dude. They have great chemistry. How many times can you watch them fight, though?
Exactly my point.
I mean, it's like, how many times can you see the same stuff? It's just, I mean, when in doubt, we all said it. When in doubt, you pair Kevin Owens with Sami Zayn and you let them punch each other in the head for 5 minutes.
Okay, let's get to the main event because we're an hour and 10 in, and I want to talk. One, I want to talk about the main event, but two, I want to talk about why we were laughing hysterically in the main event. So everybody knows the main event was Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre. It was back and forth. It was. Dude, first of all, we thought Bobby Lashley had a chunk of skin taken off of him. We were
totally
like,
thought it was paint.
Totally thought it was like red paint on his shoulder.
It's like, what's on his shoulder?
But dude? Until I saw, and then he comes out on Monday Night Raw and had a big bandage over it. You know what I mean? So, but what we were dying with was when MVP took his cane and was like shoving it in there. Like we were just thinking
he's just gonna poke him through like a bear. Blah, blah, blah. And then we started tripping out. Part of it was we started tripping out because it was like we were waiting for him to try to reach back through the cage and get his cane back.
Fingers in there.
The part that got me was when McIntyre was up against it holding the wall, and I was like, dude, watch MVP like bite his fucking hand. Just like just randomly all of a sudden just
nibble on him,
bite the crap out of him. But it was dude, the match was great. The funniest part too was every time we're watching the match, it's like they've not been in the ring, and then whoop, back in the ring. Every time Adam would say it, they've not been in the ring.
Dude, in the ring. The funniest part for me was Bobby Lashley was like laying on the cameraman's wire, and they were like trying to pull it, dude. And he was just like him. He did.
Well, then at that point, we just tripping out because everyone's like, damn it, Bobby. Like, you just hear him call, Bobby, get off my cable.
Damn it, Bobby.
Hill's here.
Noob and Co. I don't see Alexa Bliss winning the women's Money in the Bank because she might borderline kill someone in that match. Like toppling ladders equals 5 million years of bad luck.
I would agree. I don't think it's bad luck. I don't think she'd kill anyone, but she's impervious to pain as this character.
Yes.
So she can't win because then how do you book it? It's the problem they have with The Fiend. How do you book it for a guy who doesn't hurt? But I mean, the Lashley, my issue was your issue. This is the end of a feud, and you ended on a roll up. Like I guess, like, oh, it's so disappointing. Dude, I wouldn't be shocked if McIntyre wins next Monday. I wouldn't, and he ends up in the Money in the Bank.
We might put a poll up on that too. But here's the question, real quick about Raw. It's Orton, AJ Styles, and McIntyre next week for a chance to go to the Money in the Bank. Drop your comments. Send them to us on Twitter, whatever you want to do. We might put a poll up later for that, but I want to know what everybody's thought is on who wins that.
I know who I want.
Who do you want?
AJ, dude. It's a ladder match. AJ would excel at a ladder match. I know who you want. You want Randall Keith Orton.
Because he's from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah,
where I'm from. I love RKO. I love Randy Orton.
I mean, it was anticlimactic, and then the entire time, like it was a solid 45-minute match, probably 45 minutes.
I just don't see him putting AJ in because he holds the tag titles right now. But he did say something. Remember, did say something about wanting, getting in Money in the Bank and winning it. But I don't know if they're going to put that on him anymore. We'll see. I mean, it would not hurt my feelings if AJ Styles won that.
If you had told me he was in AEW,
I don't want Drew to win it. I don't want Drew to win it.
If you had told me that this is AEW, I would 100% agree with you that they're not going to put it on AJ. But this is WWE, and they'll put it on freaking Triple H if they feel like it.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't give rub to young talent. I mean, we've looked. We found like 3 wrestlers under the age of 30.
Yeah.
And what's funny is we talked about that on this show, and then there was an article not long after that was like lambasting WWE for that.
Yeah.
Justin. If Drew wins the triple threat and wins the Money in the Bank, we can officially say Drew is in Roman Reigns' old position. Can I say one thing with Drew, though? I do honestly feel bad for the fact that his entire title run was in front of no fans.
Yeah.
Like, that does suck. Like, that sucks
his
for him. Like,
his WrestleMania moment was in front of no fans.
And then when he gets a decent WrestleMania moment, he loses in front of about 25,000 fans. So, I mean, he didn't get that. I feel bad for him.
Can I just say, after watching AEW, and they only had, there's not many there. It's like 7 or 10,000 fans maybe there.
I think it was a Double or Nothing.
No, just regular shows now.
Oh, it's still not full. No, yeah, it's not full capacity at regular shows. But it's probably
they have fans.
They're loud. They're loud.
I'm telling you, it makes such a difference to see fans there and hear the actual crowd reactions and pops. And
dude, we've been going back and listening to the loudest pops in like Rumble history or in general, because you're like, man. Like I turned to Adam at one point. I was like, if you're a wrestler, how can you ever go and do anything else? Like when you go out to that, like we played Sami Zayn when he came out and debuted, and they're singing his song, and it's just
the perfect example is Chris Jericho.
Yeah, like how do you go and do something else when you're used to that? Dude, I want my own theme music.
I'll give you some.
Is it? I always joke. I always joke. It's like you play Shawn Michaels. I'm a sexy boy. Sexy
boy. You want to tell them the story how you did that to your wife?
I was joking with her, and she was getting ready to go to bed for the night, and I was joking with her. I was like, "I'm gonna play some theme music," and I played one. And like in my house, like I have nothing but girls, so it's like I'll play like I do my little turn on a catwalk when they're like getting dressed because they'll come out. And so I was like, I played something like that, and I was like, I got one more, and I turned it on, and I walked in. I was like, they think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy.
I just walk in when I walk in the house every day. I just go like this. I do the Hogan.
Oh yeah, my brother. So if my brother cut a Fu Manchu, he walked into our office, and we both went. Looked at like, what's up? What's up, Hogan?
The old Fu Manchu. All right, let's just give a grade. What do you think? Give it a grade. Give Hell in a Cell an overall grade.
C+.
That's what I'd say. C to C+, somewhere in there.
I mean, it is. It
might have been a little. It might have been a little. I might have moved it to like a B- if they didn't have one Rhea get DQ or Rhea DQ herself and two end with roll ups.
Hey, did you hear that when he you remember the spot in the main event when Lashley put McIntyre through the table on the outside, like choke slammed him through it? Uh-huh. Did you hear it got leaked out that they had a crash pad there for him under the table? So he didn't take the bump. He didn't take the real bump.
Dude, that's the other thing.
Well, the funny thing was people were like, the guy I was listening to was talking about it. He was like, it's kind of sadistic on the fans' parts. It's like, I want to see him really get hurt. No, I'm okay. It's still like it's like we know Dominic didn't take the bump, but it still looked great.
Yeah. All right, dude.
I got nothing, dude. I'm a little freshly squeezed tonight.
We're an hour and 18 in. We appreciate everybody again, as always, that tuned in live. We appreciate you listening on wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, really quickly, I have something.
You have something. Go ahead.
We got to give a shout out to our sponsor, One Call Technology.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
One Call Technology, baby. Me and Adam both work there. Over 100 years of experience between everybody who's there. If you're having issues with your telecommunications needs, I joke about this on my other show. When I say telecommunications, 9 times out of 10 people are like, "What the is that?" It's phone service, you guys. If you think you're paying too much for your phone bill, go to onecalltech.com, hit up the contact us. It's going to go to me. It's going to go to Adam. We'll take care of you. We'll make sure you guys aren't paying too much. So huge shout out to One Call Tech.
100%. And also shout out to One Call Technology for sponsoring the entire Lounge Room Network as well.
Yeah.
But again, we thank you guys for joining us. We will be we're here every Wednesday. There are going to be some times coming up in the future that I don't know if we're going to be able to record or not because Steven's going to be on a vacation. I'm going to not be on a vacation, but I might take some time off work. But we plan on just bringing you something once a week. Again, this is just something for fun, guys. If you guys ever want to join, we've talked to Justin. Justin, we will get with you, buddy. We promise. Turnbuckle times, baby. I love it. But yeah, we just, it's been crazy to me, real quick, Steven, how responsive like the wrestling community has been to us in general. We both have other podcasts that we run, and it, not that they haven't been receptive, but as quick as it was for us, it took us a long time to build our other ones. This one hasn't taken as long to kind of get a gathering of people, and tonight was great. We had a lot of interaction from different people that we haven't had before. I mean, Justin's our wrestletician. He's on every week, and we appreciate you, brother. And your shirt will be coming soon, Justin. Just let you know. But I'm very appreciative of everybody.
Well, one of the best things that I've heard, and I talk about it on my other podcast too, is when you start podcasting, when you decide you're gonna do this, it's kind of a leap. You don't know if anyone wants to listen to you or have anything that if you have something people want to say. And my buddy Zach, one of my other best friends, he runs the No Horsing Around podcast with me, and he talks about it all the time. Is I just want one. You give me one person that I know is listening, and I'm good. And bless it, man. I mean, we know. I mean, we get 200 something. 300. I mean, it depends to where we know you guys are listening. And like, it's so important because we don't want to sit here and talk at the wall. It's kind of like I said it when I started the very first podcast, the very first time I started it. And I went and I talked to Adam about it, and he decided he was going to do it too. Was that it really is. Sometimes it's dumbfounding because, dude, we are literally two dudes who live about 3 miles apart, work together every day, and decided, let's just talk about wrestling and see if people want to listen. And y'all do. I mean, and it's kind of crazy. And I'll tell you this, I want to drop this out there too. Anybody who listens on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, if you're joining live on Twitter or Facebook, I've done this with my other one. I know Adam's kind of done this too. If y'all are interested in maybe not coming on, but how do I do something like this? Dude, y'all just hit me in the DMs, man. We got no problem giving bits and pieces of advice on different things. It's all about just getting your voice and your opinion out there.
Yeah.
People respond if they respond, and if they don't, just have fun, man. It doesn't matter if you have 5 or 500.
Yeah, there's different types of podcasts. Ours is not real
formal.
We're just unfiltered guys. And like I said, we're not, I mean, if people want to come on, if we get an interview here and there, be glad to do it. But this is just something, like we said, we're going to do fun once a week, give our opinions. And
we joked. If Hangman Page called me tomorrow, I'd be like, yes, sir.
Yeah, he'd be on there.
If Orange was like, I actually want to speak, yes, sir.
Yeah.
But are we hunting for it? No. We just like talking shit.
Yeah, we do. We do like talking shit. And we're semi-decent at it.
Hey, Adam.
So,
Adam, one more thing.
Again, we appreciate you guys. Turnbuckle times, baby. All right, guys. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys, next week, Wednesday, 8 Central.
Bye, guys.
See ya.